Well, greetings, gamers. This is Dr. Ayleen, the Gaming Doc, and this is your place and your space to hang out, to chat, to chill, to, take a moment, to take a breath, to just take a break, because we all need a break sometimes. And welcome to We Got This Wednesday. And the cool part about reminding ourselves that we got this is the fact that it is 100% true. We've got this. You've got this. And whatever you're facing, and you may be facing some hard stuff, and you know what? I just, really feel, my heart for you, and wishing you every good thought if you're going through something difficult, and I'm so sorry if you are. And just because times are difficult doesn't mean that they're stronger than we are. Just because things may seem overwhelming doesn't mean that they're more than what you have the strength to deal with. And we need to be reminded of that sometimes. We all need to be reminded of the fact that, we have overcome 100% of everything we've ever faced. If we are still walking around and breathing and doing, we've overcome 100% of everything we've ever faced. And that is a good thing to remember. JJ the Bunny! Yay! Yes! JJ the Bunny, moderator supreme, all around good egg, and AKA Funny Bunny, AKA Punny Bunny, AKA Hugs Bunny, AKA Techie Bunny, because he is a techie kind of guy. And AKA Sub Bunny. See, we're going to add that. Sub Bunny, Lunch Bunny. And the Jackalope. I'm still working on convincing him he needs an evil alter ego. So, but JJ, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Oh my God, 2704. Oh my goodness. Duh! It's been so long! Oh, so happy to see you! Well, to see your name. Oh my God, how are you? What are you doing? How are you? Hi guys, hey Doc, how you doing? Well, I'm getting ready to start off my stream with, June is Spicy Bean Boozled Bean month. And I'm a fan of spice, and yeah, these things are kicked up a notch. And so for the month of June, for every 100 bits, I eat 1 bean. For every follow, I eat 2. And for every sub, I eat 3. So we're coming right out of the gate. Alrighty, so what have we got? We've got, there we go. And I think it is Sriracha, Jalapeno, and possibly Carolina Reaper. Carolina Reaper's the tough one. But I've got my heavy whipping cream. See, if you deal with spice, if you're having to deal with spice, heavy whipping cream is better than milk. I've got my tissue to blow my nose. All right, 2704. This one's for you. Thank you so much for the sub. Blessings, and it's so good to see your name there. YOLO. Okay, the jalapeno kicks in almost immediately. The sriracha. Oh, and the last one. The last one is always the Carolina Reaper. Okay. And I chew it all the way. All right. Mixel! Yes, Mixel! Wonderful streamer. Everybody, go give Mixel a follow, because Mixel is an absolute sweetheart. Young up and coming, rising star in the Twitchverse. Okay. I didn't even know about that. Oh. We got this. Okay, it's We Got This Wednesday. We got this. We can do this. Hi, Mixel. And 2704, a very old and dear friend of the channel. And it is so good to see you, my friend. Bon dia, how are you doing? I'm going now in my pool. Oh, a pool sounds like a wonderful place and a wonderful thing to do right now, especially right now. So you go on and hang out in your pool, sweetie, and let us know if you're going to be streaming later. Yeah, so anybody who is streaming, yeah, fun. Oh, it's fogging up my glasses. Anyway, let's see. I came tomorrow. Oh, okay. Awesome. So have a wonderful day, sweetheart. Mwah. Enjoy the pool. And anyway, yes, it's always good to have old friends and new friends show up. This is so nice. And okay, it like it goes up and then it kind of passes the peak. Strange news. I passed the test to join university. Oh my god. But I decided not to go. Okay. Well, if you decided that, I'm sure there is something absolutely amazing that you have decided to do. So, but hey, still, congratulations on passing your test. That is very cool. So I hope that, whatever it is you decide to do, go into it with both feet. And, it's always cool to look at what you want to do. Okay, we're just going to take the edge off that a little bit. That's not cheating. I went through the worst of it. So, what's going on? I mean, if you'd rather, talk about it offline, that'll be fine. But, I'm just really curious. And, I'm proud of you for making a decision, whatever decision you made. You made it because you felt it was right for you. So, you got this. You got this, and I cannot wait to hear what exciting things that you've decided to take your life into. Because it's really, really important, and you bring up something really important, that just because your life path is going in a certain direction doesn't mean that you lose choice. It doesn't mean that you have to lock yourself into it. What it means is you have options. And, I'm just so confused right now. I could really use a year to figure it out. That is so cool. That is so neat. And, and I'm really proud of you, because it takes a lot of courage to be able to say, you know what? I need to take time to think. Because quite frankly, a lot of people get into a lot of trouble because they don't listen to that voice inside of them that says, you know what? It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to take a breath. It's okay to decide really what I want to do before I make a huge commitment. Sadly, my grandma passed away from COVID a month ago, so I just wasn't ready, Oh, sweetheart, I am so sorry. I am so very sorry. I'm now giving my best every day to study, and this year I am going to make it again. You know what? Grief is something that, we need to make time for that. And there's a lot of different levels to it. There's a lot of different layers to it. And that is so wonderful that you're taking that step back, because, kitty cakes! Oh my gosh! Kitty cakes in the house! Oh, kitty cakes, welcome, welcome, welcome! And oh my gosh, folks, the baking queen of Twitch, who you can go watch her play some amazing gaming and find out the proper way to make a souffle, because she is Akamori! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. Oh my goodness. It is, we have all kinds of wonderful, wonderful folks coming in, and it is, it's about folks being there for each other. It's about folks being, present with, what it is that people are going through, and and people are going through a lot, and you are just so cared for. And, you know, it doesn't matter that you haven't met really any of us in person. We are here for you. And we are, you know, we're just ready to, you know, to support you in that, because it is so hard to lose a loved one. It is so hard. And you know, being able to realize that you need time to sort of, you know, figure things out, because university is a very, very, very big commitment. So that means that when you go into it, you want to go into it in the best way possible. So if you need to, you know, have some time to sort of process some things and get stuff together, that is so mature of you. That is tremendously mature, more mature than a lot of folks. I'm like halfway through watching the movie Mad Max, and I'm struggling it a little bit. Like, it's the worst movie I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. Akamore. Ooh, lurking while working. Ooh, I like that. Lurking while working. Awesome. Yes, it is. Well, and as a, you know, as a budding filmmaker, you know, you need to be able to look at, you know, look at all the different things and be able to review, and what would you do different? What would you do the same? What would you, you know, how would, it's interesting because, sometimes, you know, I'll look at things and it's like, wow, how would I do that different? How would I present that different? And, you know, because I, you know, started doing voice acting last year, a lot of times, the original, I bet, was even cornier in the 70s. Oh my gosh. You know, it was actually in the back then, you know, we were tremendously cool, and, you know, Mel Gibson was tremendously cool. Okay, things change sometimes. But yeah, it is, you know, it is different. But the cool thing is, and, you know, like I was saying, you know, I'll listen to other people do voice acting, and I'll go, wow, you know, how can I do that different? And when I started doing theater, you know, I would go, it's like, wow, how would I act out that part differently? So it's a very educational thing. Yeah, that old one is a bit discombobulated. It's more of a cult hit than an actual good movie. Oh my gosh, you know, the cult hits of the 70s. But all right. I will give you guys the reigning monarch of campy, cringeworthy cult films. Look up Reefer Madness. Oh, hello, Luna. Oh, and Luna just comes in. Oh, and Luna Kitty saying hello to the Twitchverse. I've heard of that one. Never watched it. Oh my goodness. It's you want to talk about folks who had no idea how hilarious what they were creating, because and keep in mind, this was a film that was done in total seriousness, because it was made to, you know, convince, oh, Dust says hi. It was made to convince people not to smoke marijuana. When did Reefer Madness come out? Okay, Reefer Madness. Okay, Reefer Madness came out in 1938. This was a movie. And the Healer! Ah, oh, got a little bit of nose rub from the spice. Okay. Aaron the Healer, how are you? How are you doing? I hope you're doing better. I hope your sister's doing better. Folks, Aaron the Healer, absolutely adorable, sweet, warm, cuddly hug of a streamer who is just so, you know, I mean, while at the same time being very badass at first-person shooters. So, just please go click that name, give a follow, because you will definitely be happy that you did. Infamous J.O. I was asked to act in a Reefer Madness production, and I asked what it was about, and then said no thank you. Oh my gosh. Reefer Madness was, like I said, it came out in 1938. It was to convince people of the horrors of smoking marijuana. And it was, I mean, to look at it now, I mean, it was a black and white film. for anybody, and especially anybody who is interested in like film theory or film production or anything like that. I'm relaxing today listening to music. Awesome. That is so cool. Maybe didn't give it a chance, but was also busy. Yeah, it was, but I didn't know you did theater. That is so cool. We have that in common. In fact, I was doing like several productions over 2 years. I did like 14 productions for a local theater group, and then of course, you know, COVID hits and everything gets shut down. But we're starting to talk about getting back together and doing productions again. But oh, Erin, I hope that today is like a tremendously gentle day for you, because you deserve a wonderful, beautiful, gentle day, and I wish that for you, honestly. But yeah, it was just strange. And so, you know, if you want to have an interesting view on film theory, watch that movie. You know, it's, and Marriage Story, and some very good movies. Yep. Woohoo! You know, it is. I love theater. I love doing theater. And I remember that the reason I started with this particular group was I ended up, now, see, I am a firm believer that there's no such thing as coincidence. Honestly, I don't think there's any such thing. A young woman came into our church. I also watched the first 5 episodes of the Trailer Park Boys to observe their unique filming techniques, and that show is also pretty hard to watch. Sustained. But anyway, so there was a young lady who was blind who came into our church, and she loved to sing, but you know, she found out there was a different church who did a karaoke night, and she asked me if I would drive her because, you know, being blind, it was hard for her to, you know, first off, she was new to the area, and a ride would be helpful rather than having to take the bus. And she was actually very independent, but still meeting a whole group of new people, you know, was a little challenging. So I told her I would go. Well, you know, I like happenstance better than coincidence. Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting, most people don't use that. I'm going to have to start using that again. Thank you, Kitty Cakes. So we go, and a nice, wonderful group of people. And it turned out they were associated with a women's choir. And, you know, so this girl ended up becoming a part of the choir, but I was, you know, she talked me into going up and doing karaoke. And I mean, you know, Mariah Carey ain't losing no sleep over me, but, you know, I do okay. I do okay. And so I need new kids. I think my models are defective. Good morning, Silk Touch. Hello, everybody. Silk Touch in the house. Go and hang out with Silk Touch. Give a follow, because, you know, apparently Silk Touch, you know, could use some love and support. Yeah, you know, I used to have occasional moments like that with my kids, and then I realized that, well, I couldn't exactly return them to the manufacturer because, oh, that was me. So, anyway. So I got up and I did, you know, did a couple of songs with her. And so afterwards, this guy who was associated with the church came up to me and asked me if I had ever done mods and chats. Hope you're doing good, sis. Oh, I am doing awesome. I've had 3 so far, but when does the warranty expire? It never does. I had one just laying on the floor screaming for who knows what reason. Oh my gosh. Oh, Silk Touch, you are causing me to have flashbacks. It is. Yep. It is. Yeah. Silk Touch 25. There we go. Oh yeah, I remember those days. Mine are in their 30s, and it's like, oh yeah, I can flash back to that. But Anyway, unfortunately, as a company, you can't recall your products. Yep. Yeah, that's, I mean, at the most you can blame their father. So, but anyway, this guy walked up to me and said, asked if I had done theater. And I said, well, not since the 80s or 1980 when I did some college theater. And so he asked me to be in a production that he was doing. And so he likes to take predominantly male plays and make them female focused. So he was doing 12 Angry Women instead of 12 Angry Men. So I was juror number 2. And then he asked me to do another production after that. And the most exciting one was, if you've ever heard of the play My Dinner with Andre. Well, he did My Dinner with Andrea, and I played Andrea. And it was funny because, we were working on it, and we were talking about the part and how he wanted me to portray it. And he told me that his whole career, he had wanted to direct that play, but he had never found the right person to do it. And when he saw me do karaoke, he said, I found my Andrea. And so, he specifically wanted to see my range and, trying out different parts. And usually I ended up with the lead role. But, oh, my God, there were so many lines. I had like 28 pages of dialogue that I had to have memorized in 21 days. And I did it. I was so impressed. Ooh, XOXO Courtney XXX. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. Love your confidence despite your prominent nose, so self-conscious about mine. You go, hey, it's not just prominent, it's crooked. It actually, my nose was broken when I was a child. So, is there a manual reset button somewhere? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I do have well, let's see. Okay. Yeah, I sort of. Noses run in my family. Very old joke. But welcome, Courtney. Yes, having a prominent nose is, well, I mean, there's Cyrano de Bergerac, there is Barbara Streisand, there's all kind of people who have a prominent nose that we do okay. Alrighty, Sheila Marcel is in the house, folks. Sheila Marcel, amazing streamer, wonderful diamond painter, and I thought it was crooked, but it's not. Oh my gosh, infamous J.O. Oh my God. Well, see, and every once in a while, JJ the Bunny, we call Punny Bunny because he makes puns. But Infamous Joe is going for your crown, JJ. Oh my gosh, it is shots fired. But yes, children can be interesting and amazing. Oh, XOX Courtney, if you would like to, I'm fine with 2N, with second. If you stream, I'm okay with people, sharing what they stream and sharing, if they have something they're excited about, if it's your birthday, if it's near your birthday, if you've had something amazing happen, please feel free to share it in the chat. I can't do mine on demand. They just come to me. That is true. It's JJ is organic. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy. And Bean Boozled. All right, so again, Bean Boozled is for June. I decided this is going to be the summer of fun, and it's also subscription summer. So if I get 100 for every 100 bits, I take one. These are spicy Bean Boozled beans. For every 100 bits, I eat one. For every follow, I eat 2, and for every sub, I eat 3. And there's definitely a Carolina Reaper in here, and I think the other one is Cayenne. Alrighty, so XOXO Courtney, this one's for you. Thank you so much for the follow. YOLO. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. after a certain number, an endorphin rush happens. Okay. Alrighty. Thank you so much for the follow, Courtney. XOXO. You're cool. And, okay, let's do this. The interesting part is when it gets in your throat. You haven't found the poison one yet because you need to find the antidote one. No, that's probably in this one, in these. Oh. Although I was told about a gummy bear that's like 9 million Scovilles. Okay. But, yeah. And as soon as I heard about it, it was like, there's a part of me going, no, no. And then a part of me going, oh yeah. Anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I was born on the cusp between Leo and Virgo. Okay, we're past the peak, where's your milk today? Milk is for lightweights. We go with heavy whipping cream. I am not sponsored by this, but by the end of this month I might be. Heavy whipping cream, if you eat something spicy, what you want to do is use heavy whipping cream, or it's like this sort of a Greek liquid yogurt. But the heavy whipping cream, it will definitely move it into manageable. Okay, we're past the peak of it. All right. It just kind of cleanses the palate. But whoo, that tingles. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, no, we went through crooked noses. Anyway, leaves me a little scattered. But, you know, and as I said before, I like spice. I'm a fan of spice. My birthday. I was born on the cusp between Leo and Virgo. And I've always said that I have enough Leo to let me have a ton of fun and enough Virgo to keep me from requiring bail money for that fun. And so the Virgo in me is going, you know, there is no way we are going to eat a 9 million Scoville gummy bear. That is not happening. There is no way possible. And the Leo in me is going, oh yeah, we're doing this. So, yeah, I can't drink dairy. Oh, let's see. Well, there are, I mean, some people say that the non-dairy drinks, can actually work as well. I haven't tried them. Actually, you know what? Maybe I will do that. Maybe I will get some, like, different drinks, and then I will, you know, if I'm going to be eating spicy beans the rest of the month anyway, I can get different drinks, and then I can let you know how effective they are. That would probably be a good thing. And tea. Oh my God, Gaming with Kentucky and JD in the house. Hello, little lady. Oh my gosh, it just warms my heart so much when I read hello, little lady, because I just love that. Because in my head, I can hear his voice saying it. The first time I meet JD, that's got to be the first thing you say to me. And I will more than likely tackle hug you. So, hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. Sup. I'm telling you, there is going to be so many tackle hugs. You know, it is in shady. Okay, there we go. So many tackle hugs. I'm old. I get to do tackle hugs. So, how are you, JD? How are you doing? Are you going to be streaming today? Inquiring minds want to know. How's the family? How is my sweetheart Marcus? I have got to dig out a picture of my nephew because Marcus looks exactly like my nephew did when he was little. So I'm gonna dig out some photos so I can show you, you know, my nephew and show you what Marcus is gonna look like when he's 30. So, but get gaming with Kentucky and JD, who is an amazing streamer who blends very entertaining commentary with some down-to-earth homespun wisdom, who is an absolute sweet, caring love and always shouts out folks. Family is good. Me, unfortunately, just now waking up stream. I don't know. I need to, but very tired. You know what? You have just been going just like bam, 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 bam. Dude, you need to get some rest. It's okay. You know, take a nap, take a chill, take, you know, whatever, have a cup of tea. But yeah. And, you know, and hopefully your internet is cooperating better. So, you know, but it's really, you know, folks, and the thing is that the reason why you want to, because the amazing people who are in this stream, I just suggest everybody just go right down the line, because yeah, and Twitch makes it easy. You just click on the name and it'll show it. You can click over to their channel without even leaving the stream. And oh my God, Aaron, clam chowder. That is like one of my favorite foods in the whole world. Well, New England clam chowder. Although, you know, Boston clam chowder is good, but for some reason there's something about New England clam chowder that just, and you make your own clam chowder? Okay, chowder party at Aaron the Healer's house. I'll meet you there. But oh, that is an art, to be able to make a good clam chowder. I tried it once. We will never speak of it again. I have sealed the records on that. Internet, not too bad. Awesome. Yes, I have many talents. Cooking is not an overwhelming one. I can kind of sort of bake sometimes, but I am learning how to barbecue though. I'm learning how to use my grill. But no, oh my gosh. Clam chowder, like a really good chicken and dumplings. Chicken and dumplings were like one of my favorite meals as a child. And whenever we had our birthday, we got to pick dinner. And my dinner was always chicken and dumplings. And my favorite dessert was peach cobbler. My mom made an awesome peach cobbler. And let's see, my older brother was steak. My younger brother, I think he was fried chicken, and my older sister was spaghetti. So it's like whenever our birthdays came around, we always picked the same thing, which was very cool of my mom because, you know, she spent all day, you know, baking, and she would bake these amazing, like, you know, back in the 60s and 70s type of cakes, you know, the one with the doll in it that was a big, like, half dome cake, and it was like a doll with a big poofy dress. Chicken and dumplings is easy to make. Think I'll make it tonight for dinner. Oh, Aaron, I am seeing a whole new side of you. I was not aware of this culinary genius. Oh my gosh, you should stream making something. Oh my God, that would be so cool. I would watch it. If I can learn how to make clam chowder, I know that there are other people who would want to know how to make a proper clam chowder and a proper chicken and dumplings. Oh my gosh, it's a whole new realm for you. Cooking with Aaron the Healer. You can call it Aaron the Chef. But no, I'm serious. You know, clam chowder is so many levels above my competence. But I admire people. I admire people who are artistic, whether it's with food, whether it's with art. I mean, you know, and even like, you know, filmmaking. People who can visualize something in their head and then make it real. Because people who are artistic, that's exactly what they do. They take something that does not exist and make it exist. And that is amazing to me. Yeah, I think I'll unplug today and just watch some TV with the kids. That is, we all need a TV with the kids kind of day. We all need, I mean, we used to call them sanity days, back in, I think that term got popular like in the late 70s, early 80s, where you had to take a sanity day. And, we used to talk about it's like, yep, nope, not going in, I'm taking a sanity day. Grilling is normalcy here where I live. Yep. I grew up with, it was like my dad was, charcoal or nothing. And so I grew up with charcoal. And so a friend actually bought me a propane, a gas grill, and it took me a long time to even try to use it because, I could hear my father just screaming from, beyond, there's no charcoal. But actually, it's very cool. It's a lot easier to control the heat. And, back in the day, like I said, I grew up in the 60s and 70s. Those were my formative years. And propane, the thing is that when you cooked with propane, all your food tasted like propane. It wasn't, it hadn't been out for that horribly long. And so, and I guess now they do it better, and so the food does not actually taste like propane. Yum. Chicken and dumplings sounds so good. Oh, yes. And chicken and dumplings on a rainy day, that is like the perfect combination. Aaron, I don't like gas grills. Eek. Yep. It took me a while, but now I'm getting used to it, and being able to control the temperature is helpful. But yeah, it's like, but now you can do like smoking things inside of it, so it does still have that smoky flavor. It's Survival Steve, who is playing Rust. Awesome, Survival Steve, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're enjoying Rust. Folks, give a click, give a follow to Survival Steve, because he is just such an awesome commentator. I mean, Survival Steve just has the funnest commentary. So, go and show him some love, and he's also very, very, warm and loving to his chat. I can't help it. I'm a cuddler, and the younger kids love it, especially Tyler and Marcus. Good way to recharge. Oh my gosh. It is, hanging out with your kids. Yes, we were having, the issue a little bit earlier. It's like the child is on the floor screaming. I have no idea why. And, so there's an entire spectrum of parenting. And if there is any point when you question whether or not you've got this, it's parenting. And that's whether you gave birth to them, whether you're raising them, whether you're their teacher, whether, they're nieces or nephews or whatever. You can actually question a lot about yourself when you are involved in bringing up human beings. And I am so proud of the men that my sons have become. And the fact that I had a little bit to do with that. Now, I didn't have everything to do with that because they are their own unique individuals. But that, I was a part of helping them get that chance and helping them grow. And occasionally I hear one or two of my sayings come out of their mouths. So I consider it a win. Bloodchart in the house. Oh my gosh, my dude, how are you doing on your emotes? Bloodchart has been working on maybe updating some emotes and it's interesting because they're adorable and creepy all at the same time. So definitely go give Bloodchart a follow so you can fully experience the emote situation. And you never fully got it when you're parenting. Well, that's mostly because the rules keep changing. Every time they go through a growth period, or as they mature, what used to work does not work. And if you have more than one child, what works with one doesn't necessarily work with another. And then once you figure out what works, all the rules change because they change, and then nothing works. So yeah, talk about having to adapt. There's the saying that necessity is the mother of invention. I changed that to a mother's necessity is invention, because you got to make stuff up sometimes on the fly. My kids are not by blood, all of them, but you are right. Doesn't matter. For me, it was two people come together, unrelated, to form a family. So why can't you be with your kids, future kids? Oh, Tyler says hi. Hi, Tyler. And, tell Tyler I said, enjoy the TV day. But yeah, And whenever we're trying something that we're not sure how to do, that there was no manual that came out with them or came with them, and dealing with the fact that you are dealing with a unique being, and they're not always going to be predictable. In fact, they're almost never predictable, especially once they reach, certain years, those teen years. Wow, it's like there were times when it's like, I said the same thing to you yesterday. Yesterday you laughed, today you're mad at me. What? What has changed? Why, yep, there are no manuals for kids. And even for people now, I grew up in the generation of everybody reading the work of someone called Dr. Spock. There was a guy, he was a pediatrician who wrote a book on raising kids. And his name was Dr. Spock. I mean, no relation to Star Trek. But, and for anybody who remembers, and supposedly, it was like that was the manual for raising children. And parents were quoting. It's like, well, according to Dr. Spock, you're supposed to do this and that. Well, it turned out that he had never had kids. And I am sorry. It's like, no, if you have never had kids, you cannot go and pretend like, and I guess in the book, he kind of sort of implied, I mean, in all fairness, he never specifically said he had kids, but he kind of implied it. Oh my, Dr. Spock, I never agreed with much. Yep. And so, but then when people found out, it's like, wait a minute, dude, you're advising on how to raise kids and you've never had any? So, that kind of caused the book sales to go, woo. But yeah, there was always, that desire to find somebody who could give you the answer, or any answer. And what I ultimately figured out was that the answer was just do my best. The answer was not to judge myself and not to decide that either one of us have to be perfect, because neither one of us is going to be perfect. Kids are easy. Just learn Maslow's theory. It tells where they're supposed to be in their development, and from there you can address their needs. Yeah. I mean, and for those of you who have more than one child, you can support me on this, is that no two children are going to respond exactly the same to anything. My sons are so opposite, it is not even funny. They grew up in the same environment. They were only 18 months apart. So basically, they almost grew up as twins. But they are so different. And what works with one does not work with another. And I think that sometimes, especially young parents, they get wrapped up in the idea of what other people think of their parenting. And that's usually where the tricky part happens, is that, and oh my gosh, does everybody have an opinion about how you should raise your kids? And we're going into this because the idea that people who do not live with your child are telling you what you need to do with your child and how to deal with your child, it's like, no. I've had over 80 in my home. People are unique, not simply planned to fix anything. Exactly. This is what it is. It's, what I finally decided was raising children. And my mom had this amazing saying. She said, when I first told her that I was pregnant with my first child, my mother looked at me and said, Leanie, she called me Leanie. She said, Leanie, I want you to say two things to yourself every single day. One, they grow and they go. And two, God didn't give me this child. God only loaned me this child. And I just thought that was, it was like, okay. But then as I got older, as my children got older, I realized that what she said was absolutely true. They grow and they go, because they have to find their path. And even if it's not a path I resonate with, they need to be able to find their own, because ultimately they have to step up into the world and find out and figure out who they are. Not who I think they should be, but who they are. because that is their unique path that they get to choose. And, and the other one, that God didn't give me that child. God only loaned it to me because ultimately that child has got to go out into the world and find their own place and find their own spirit. And, and I do believe, in a creator that loves me. And I also know that creator loves my child, and that no matter what they go through, I have to trust that that's between them and it's not up to me. I don't have any idea how to raise kids, but through hard training, I learned how to control them. Diversion, blackmailing, threatening, and bribe. Well, that is certainly a way or a set of ways. And my middle son is adamant that he's not going to leave me. Oh, how sweet. And yeah, it's sometimes, and Austeria, in all honesty, I would say every single one of those things plays into parenting at some point to some degree. Legger 3RRR or 3RR. Okay, folks, welcome to the only lag that I look forward to. Legger, how are you? How are you doing? I'm so happy that you're here, and I hope you're having a wonderful, gentle day, and I hope you are walking gently in the world, and the world is walking gently with you. And if we can help you get a little smile on your face, then my day is complete. My look of horror when he says that makes him laugh. I'm good. This stream makes my day. Oh, well, you make ours too. I'm so happy. And, but yeah, it is, it's like when you reach that point, and now I had 2 boys, but I was also heavily involved in raising my sister's children because, unfortunately, my sister passed away from breast cancer when her daughter was 6 and her son was 10. And so, that was a rough time. And basically, that niece, is because of that. I always wanted a daughter, so she's almost like the daughter that I didn't have. In fact, she is the daughter that I didn't have. And, so she's the closest I came to raising a girl. But with, raising 2 boys, it's like that, mommy is the center of the universe, which, and in some ways, it's like being the only female in the house kind of meant I was always queen. So, sad face. Yep. But they are, amazing kids. And I would say that, being a mom to 2 and, technically a mom to 4, and they were all around the same age. And, and every single one was different. And I know without a single doubt in my heart that my sister is looking over her daughter and that she's very proud of her. And she's proud of her son. And she's proud of the adults that they became. And, when you can feel that love, we're energy. We are made of energy. And energy does not, it cannot be destroyed or created. It simply changes form. And so, that comforts me when, when I think about the people in my life. And, once you reach a certain age, yeah, you have more losses in your life. You have more people who don't know you as much. When my older brother passed, he was really the last person who knew me from the day I was born, who was, there day one. And when my older brother passed 2 years ago, and I felt that he was the last person who knew me literally from the day I was born. And, it's hard sometimes, but like I said, I know that they're not totally lost to me, that, I can close my eyes and I can think about them and I can still know that they're there. And my mom said my sister still has a low-grade headache and is still resting. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that, that is just a low grade. Definitely putting in prayers and good thoughts that the low-grade headache goes away. But, I'm glad she's resting. And I'm glad that, that it's better than it was. So, But anyway, it's about being able to say, I've got this. And what's even better than saying I've got this is we've got this. Because honestly, there's very little that we truly have to be alone in. And even if it's coming into a chat and talking to people about what you're going through and getting that support, there's always people that are there to support. There's always somebody who is there. It's just sometimes we feel alone. Sometimes we pull back because we're afraid to be vulnerable. We're afraid for people to see that we don't think in that moment we've got it, that we lack confidence, and we always want, and like I said, even with child rearing, there's that idea of worrying about what other people think. Getting ready to play some 7 Days to Die. Oh, folks, definitely give Sheila a follow and enjoy her stream. She has very fun ones. And it is about being able to be very gentle with ourselves, because even if we don't feel like it, we've got this. Even when we feel like what we're facing is overwhelming, we've got this. Even when we feel like all our past failures are just rushing up on us, we've got this. And sometimes it just takes saying that over and over again. Make it a mantra. You can say, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. Because I tell you what, that's what I do. If I'm feeling overwhelmed, Mad Driver 12! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, I'm so glad you're here. Very nice to meet you. And if you are a streamer, if you stream, please feel free to let us know what you stream. I have no problem with... What? Where? Luna. Yes, that was Luna. If you're a streamer and you stream something in particular, please put it in the chat, because I know that there's like the it's considered impolite to self-promote, but in this stream it's okay. I have no problem. If it's your birthday, or if you got a promotion at your job, or if you finally beat that level of that really hard game and you feel really good about it, share it. Because I feel that one of the things that helps the whole world is when each and every person shares something that makes them happy. Because what that does is that goes out and other people see it and other people experience it. And it helps. Hearing about someone doing good can help people feel good themselves. It can help inspire them. And when people are feeling inspired, they're less likely to be angry. They're less likely to be afraid. I allow self-promotion. Either way is fine. To me, it helps the community. Exactly. And it is, and I have had so much help. I've had so much. Why does my braid keep going weird? Stay. I have had so much love and support from so many people, and a lot of them are right here in this chat. So the idea that, it's, because when I first started, it's like, okay, if you're leaving a stream to go stream, you don't say you're going to go stream or whatever. It's like, here, it's okay. It's okay. And, because I think that every leg up that we can give somebody else improves everything. And frankly, I think it improves Twitch, especially when you're giving a leg up to folks who, are really putting out some good stuff, who are really, they're being kind, they're being, really cool with their chat. They've got great commentary. And, that's why when I do raids, I like to, I go down to the bottom of the list of, the things I can see. It's like, okay, who only has one, or who has none, or who has, just a few people. And I've had so many people who, most of them who, I may never have met them, but it's like, you know what? And suddenly to have a raid come in and you could see them just light up like, oh my gosh, wow, this is so cool. Well, I think it depends. I believe it goes like it's easier to be happy around happy people and easier to be sad around sad people, but it works better in real life because internet, you can't really tell how others are so easily without hearing their tone and facial expressions. Ding, ding, ding. Absolutely true. Osteria dropping straight facts. I mean, yeah, there is that sense of, it's like, okay, what is this person's, real thing? Which is why I love the idea of going and, seeing people stream so that, one, I can put a face with the name, and two, I can be able to support. BMC FSU. What games do you play, Doc? First off, welcome, welcome, welcome. BMC, if I can call you BMC. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome. And, well, on stream, I play Don't Starve. I've done some Stardew Valley. Sure, call me anything. Just don't call me late for dinner. Okay, that joke is actually older than I am, and I'm prehistoric, so deepest apologies. Maybe I should eat a Boozled bean just for that joke. Oh my gosh. I really should. I almost feel like I have to atone for that joke. I know that one. But in my off time, I love Skyrim, Oblivion. I enjoy Fable. I like Fable. I like Dragon Age 1 and Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 3, I was not enthused by because, oh my god, it should not be harder to kill a bear than a dragon. That's just me. But, Dragon Age 3, it's like, oh my god, and the game mechanics get me very frustrated. But it should not be harder to kill a bear than kill a dragon. Just saying. Though that previous, I don't know, can depend on culture of how people take other people's feelings. That's true. Oh, BMC! Okay, so, for every follow, 2 spicy bean boozle beans. And... for every sub, drop one, and I want to find that because I don't want Luna to eat it. Okay, I'll find it later. Okay, so we've got jalapeno and maybe sriracha? Maybe sriracha, I think. Whatever, we're doing this. BMC, this is for you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for being here. You are awesome. Let's do this. Okay, it wasn't sriracha. It was Carolina Reaper. Oh, hello. No, thank you for streaming. Oh god. You are a fun person to watch. Aaron the Healer didn't grab the milk, ma'am. Okay. Hold on, let me... Oh, it goes down the throat. Okay. Alright, but only because you asked. Only because you asked. I'm not wussing out. Oh, mwah. I love whipping cream. I am buying stock in this stuff. Heavy whipping cream. Okay. And I like spice. And this is not hurting me. Well, it hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit. In fact, a little bit more. And the nose runs. But, and after I eat a certain number of them, it's like this endorphin rush kicks in, and it's like, whoo, it's like caffeine. Thanks for clarifying. I thought you were hurting yourself. Nope. I am a huge fan of spice. Now these they chemically kick up. So this is not like, just eating a pepper, because I mean, I can eat peppers, but these evil people, these insidious people, they kick this up. So, but no. No, sweetheart, no, it's fine. That's what the doc says. This might hurt a little bit. Yeah, see, as a doctor, well, this might hurt a little bit. Because I am an actual doctor. I am a doctor of chiropractic. BMC, never, ever, 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 ever feel guilty. You are joining the fun, and that is cool. And I'm so happy you're here. And like I said, if you stream, please let us know what you stream. It's cool. Promote. And Jerry Berry TV! Yes, yes, yes! Folks, Jerry Berry TV, who is an awesome. It's like the tongue is the last part. The tongue is like the last part to kind of settle down. Oh my gosh. Jerry Berry TV, who is a wonderful, amazing streamer. Not your fault. This is self-induced. She made the rules. That is true. Lord Meteora! Oh my gosh! Lord Meteora, people, one of the busiest folks outside of Hollywood, who is off in Florida now, who goes to, he goes to cons. So you seriously need to go to his, first off, click follow. Second, go to his Discord, because he's got a list of all the places that he's going to be, and if he's going to be in your area, go and say hi and tell him that the gaming doc says hello. Lord Meteora, how are you? How is Florida? Oh my gosh. Fun. And it's so great to have so many wonderful people here today. And like I said, you just need to go down the line and just click on each one of these, because they are amazing. These are folks who are, it is, okay, I'm better now. And I was mentioning earlier that somebody had told me that there was a gummy bear that was 9 million Scovilles, and part of my brain was going, oh no, 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 and the other part of my brain's going, let's do it. Drove 17 hours from Texas to Florida, got here as the sun was coming up, and took a 4-hour nap. Oh my God, I don't think 4 hours is enough, dude. 4 hours is nowhere near enough. Should put it on your wish list. I could use a 4-hour nap, that's for sure. It's not, but but I'll take it, lol. Well, yeah, because you spend your whole time on your feet. I mean, you want to talk about somebody who makes it happen. This guy definitely makes it happen. He goes to these cons and he is on his feet the whole time. It's just, he's doing it. And he's making stuff happen. And I am so, so tremendously proud of what you're doing, because, it's not an easy thing to just be that, that keeping the hustle going. And, and I appreciate the hustle. And, when people who, are just to the point where it's like, when you reach the point where it's like, I need a nap. Take a nap. I'm old. We take naps all the time. I got home from work yesterday and took a 4-hour nap, then got up, had dinner, then back to bed for the rest of the night. Oh, okay. New medications that you're getting used to, dialing it in. There is a lot to be said for a nap. There's a lot to be said. And even if it's, just taking time to just sit down and just breathe, or take time and, get yourself a cup of tea, or go outside and see what shapes you can see in the clouds for a little bit. I mean, that you can do on a break from work. Just go outside and look up at the clouds and see what you think the clouds look like. Feel the breeze moving past you. Take a nice deep breath. Because, those little things that we can do can help us get through those times that we don't know if we can make it happen. If we don't know if we've got this. And it's easy to get, I'm getting a new tattoo while you're here. Awesome. You will have to take a picture of it and post it on Discord. All right, everybody go to Discord so you can see Lord Meteora's new tattoo. Eventually, I'm getting one. Actually, I've been told they're a little on the addictive side, that once you get one, you want to get more. So we'll see. I got 2 tattoos. Love them. I've got them sort of planned out in my head. So I'm going to talk to somebody. And for me, part of it is I've been kind of on a... I have 7. Nice. I am on a journey to get into better shape. And so where at one time I used to reward myself with food, and that was a whole different thing and very unhealthy, and I did not have the healthiest relationship with food. So now I've decided that it's like, okay, my milestones are going to be different things. And JJ the bunny, still tattoo free. What, there's no bunny somewhere? I mean, with some of your emotes, some of your bunny emotes, honestly, JJ, I am tempted to get one. But Jerry Bowberry, yep. Jerry and JJ. I'm in shape, I'm round, and round is a shape. Well, I am feeling healthier than I have in a really long time. And after my brother passed, my sons came to me and said, Mom, please take better care of yourself. Please, for us, because we don't want to lose you before we have to. And having, my grown sons come to me and have that serious conversation, and I realized that I wasn't feeling good, that, I was using food not to survive physically, but to survive emotionally. And that is not what food is for. And I was using it for something that it wasn't okay, at least not okay for me. So I took a good, serious look at what was going on with me. And even if it meant that I would literally say out loud to myself, stop eating. And, I was able to, find some resources that kind of helped me through and gave me better options and helped me understand not just that it was important what I eat, but it was important as to why I was eating it. And so I'm doing a lot better. I am feeling physically a lot better. And so, I told myself I would reward myself with getting my nose pierced. And the thing is, it's like I was going to get my nose pierced at, like a third of the way in, and I reached that point, but then COVID, and you can't get pierced anywhere that's under a mask. So I had to wait on that one. But, and I don't know which to do. And if anybody out there has like a nose piercing or something, and as you can see, my nose is crooked. My nose is not even. So my question is, do you put it on the low side or do you put it on the high side? Inquiring minds want to know. Hugs and less calories. Yeah. And they feel good, although my wife may not agree. Lol. But, being able to gently look at the things that we would like to change within ourselves. It's not that I was, it's like, oh, because, I went through the whole beating up myself over it, and that didn't help me. It was when I started to get gentler with myself. When I treated myself the way I would treat a child. Because we all have that child part inside of us. We all have that part inside of us that is not secure, that needs to be validated, that would like to be acknowledged, that is scared, that is, is unsure. And, depending on what type of, childhood we went through, sometimes things happen, really hard things happen, and part of us gets stuck at that age. And being able to be gentle with ourselves, and that I understand the person doing it will put it in accordingly with how your nose is shaped. Yeah, I mean, it's like but yeah, and it's somebody who has a really good reputation here in Tab. Granted, my town is more of a village. I mean, I live in a little tiny town up on a mountain in the woods, and we have a volunteer fire department. We don't actually have a police department. We don't have a city council, and we don't have a mayor. The business association kind of takes care of everything in the town. And we don't even have a Starbucks. Oh my gosh. We don't have a Starbucks. We don't have a McDonald's. We have one gas station. And so, it's we have a little market that occasionally you will see a possum in. But, it's nice. I like. And I'm back. Papa Merritt! Awesome! Papa Merritt, another young up-and-coming rising star in the Twitch universe. Papa, how are you doing? Welcome back. And, anyway. And no, I haven't had that many today. But, being able to trust that you've got this, being able to trust in your abilities to manage things. Like I said, you have overcome 100% of everything you've ever faced. It may not have always been pretty. It may not have always been the solution you wanted, but it worked enough that you're still here, which means you overcame it. So if you can overcome everything that you have faced in your life so far, that's a pretty damn good average, and it's a good indicator that you can do this, that you've got this. And maybe you just need, help. And maybe we need to let go of the idea that we have to be perfect. Because I was talking earlier about that idea of parenting. And, if there's anything that makes you question whether or not you've got this, it's parenting. But a big part of it is to accept that neither you nor your child is meant to be perfect. That both of you are learning. And they have, in some ways, they have a slightly harder job because they're learning what their life is going to be, how to become the person that they're going to be. And that's a very scary thing to face. And when my sons reached 18, I told each one of them that I was no longer management, that I was a consultant. And what that meant was that if they asked my opinion, I would give it. And the understanding was that it was an opinion. And that they could either follow it or, and that they understand that there's consequences to everything. And that if they take ownership of the choice, they take ownership of the consequences. But the important thing was that I started listening to them more. And if they told me about something, if they just wanted somebody to listen to them, I would sit and I'd listen. And then at the end, I'd say, well, I know you've got this. And I love you and I'm proud of you. So you go. And, it changed the dynamic of our relationship. Rather than them coming to me, grudgingly, because they knew I was going to lecture them about what it was that, whatever it was that they were presenting, that I just listened. And I gave them the power to be able to decide, again, with the clear understanding that every consequence has every choice has consequence. They learned how to manage their own consequences. And which meant they started coming to me more just because of that. They would sit and they'd talk to me about their issues and I'd really listen to them. And and yes, sometimes it's really hard not to just, okay, if you just do this. But I learned that they trusted me so much more when I stopped trying to control their choices. And it was hard. And I found that it was amazing. The result was absolutely amazing. And yes, when kids are younger, they need to grow into managing choices. They can have little choices. And as they grow, they can learn how to grow on that. But, you don't hand them the car keys at the age of 10 and say, well, good luck. There'll be consequences, but you got this. No, you ease them into it. Let's see. Papa is good, sweaty as heck, went fishing and failed. Well, you got a fish. That's a thing. And I didn't even fish. I birded nests and lost all my line. Oh. How is going fishing a fail? Fishing is being outdoors and fishing is not catching. Hopefully you enjoyed the day with your family and friends. Friends, but yeah. I mean, that's why they call it fishing and not catching. And what was it? A friend of mine had a sign that said, the worst day fishing is better than the best day working. Which I debated because it depends on how much you love your work. So it's okay. But it is, whether you're fishing and you don't get the catch that you wanted, just because you don't get what you were hoping for doesn't mean that you didn't succeed. And that applies pretty much to everything. It's not a failure because you learned something from it. If you have a choice, that's why I don't like using the term bad choices, because every choice gives us a gift. And even if that gift is just you learned one way that you don't want to do something, that's still a gain. Every single day we're wiser because of the things that didn't work out. We are wiser more because of the mistakes we made as opposed to the things that went right the first time. Because it's those mistakes that really teach us. They teach us how we want to manage things and what works. You learn about what works often by figuring out all the way it doesn't work and then choose one different way. But you was with your friends. If I depend on fishing, I would starve, but I was happy for the experience. Yeah, I mean, fishing is, to me, fishing is more about, sitting with someone next to, a beautiful lake or a nice river and talking. It's a reason and an excuse to just sit and talk because it's so quiet. You take a couple of snacks with you, and you sit there and, just watch the day go by. And that's a lot of fun. Granted, it's always fun to be able to, I caught something. But it's okay. And you were there, so you were supporting the fishing process. But don't be so hard on yourself. And that's to absolutely everybody. If there's one thing that you can do, is to be gentler with yourself, to let go of the things that don't serve you. If there was a poor choice in the past that had an outcome you didn't like, or if there was a mistake you made, you learned from it, you got out of it what you were meant to, which is wisdom. But an action, a mistake, is about what you did. It's not about who you are. And that's how you grow, and that's how you learn. And like I was saying yesterday, don't let other people stick you in a box labeled old mistakes. And don't climb in there yourself and pull the lid on. Every single day, you have a whole list of choices that are ahead of you. And some of them are going to work out the way you hope, and some of them aren't. The thing is, even the ones that don't go the way you want, it's not bad because you learned something. Me and my friend Tara had a conversation about this in the car on the way to Florida. Yeah. It's, we can allow our experiences to hold us back, or we can use them as that fuel to move us forward. And frankly, I think the second is a lot more productive because life is so tremendously short. And while it is natural to have regrets about certain things, you don't have to carry those with you. It's not what you are. You are a divine being having a human experience. You are a consciousness that is experiencing the world in the best way they can. You are someone who is doing the best they can with the tools they have in that moment. And, oh, by the way, part of the tools we have are the ones we learned when things didn't work out so good. It's okay. Move forward. Like I said yesterday, there's a reason that the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror. Because we're meant to look forward most of the time. I mean, it's important to know what's going on back there. Just so we know that we're not letting anything drag us down. And keeping focus on where you want to be is a pretty good way to be able to move ahead. And, just remember that you're not a failure. You just succeeded at finding things that don't work. That is awesome. That is an excellent way to look at it, Lord Meteora. If you find every possible way that something can go wrong, that means the very next thing you do is going to be the right thing to do. And, and the thing is, it's like, for people who stream, oh my gosh, there are plenty of times when, things like, when I forget to change what the title of the episode is, or, I somehow muted myself and I can't figure it out. There's lots of things that happen that, go glitchy. And there are some things that happen, like, when the frame rate just starts to plummet for some reason, and I don't know why. So, there are things that can affect the outcome, and it's like, man, and we feel bad that we didn't get the outcome. We didn't produce the outcome that we wanted. That it was, for whatever reason, things did not go as we wanted. But we did learn from it. We learned to, how to manage it better, because as far as I'm concerned, Twitch is just one giant learning curve. There's always something new to learn. There's always a way to improve the stream. There's always a way to, to kick it up and to engage more. And it depends on, like if you just want to do, well, first off, if you just want to have a Twitch account just so you can watch other streamers, that's excellent. That's fine. If you want to just, have fun gaming and you're really not interested in making it a business, that is excellent. That is fine. If you want to, haul butt and, just explode and make this a business and make this an income and, just take over Twitch, that's fine too. That's wonderful. That's perfect. Whatever it is, because first it's always about figuring out, what is your goal? What is it that you want to create? And then figure out how to create it. And I guarantee you, it is going to take a few different trials. There's going to be a few false starts. There's going to be a few, oh, I tried that and that didn't work very well. I'm always working when you're live, so I never have audio, but just seeing the sheer joy in your face when you come on here, oh, brightens my day. Oh, goodness, Cherry Boatberry. Mwah. Oh, hugs. I'm going to get, oh, you're going to get your yearbook soon. Akamore. Yay. Oh, yearbook was always so fun. You get your yearbook and you go around and people sign it. And, oh, what was it that they always signed? It was like the number 2, the word nice, then +2, B, and then you do the line underneath, and it's like 2 + 2 = 4. So 2 nice, 2B, 4 gotten. Oh my God. In the 70s, that was the thing that was written in everybody's yearbook. Hags. Yep. Oh, have a great summer. Yep. Was what we signed in my school. Yep, have a great summer. It's so great to know you. See you in the fall, or enjoy college. But it was that rite of passage. And I remember on the last day of school, we would all sit around and, I mean, it's like, okay, we had been begging and wanting to get out of school the whole year, and finally the last day of school, we're all sitting around on the campus just talking to each other like nobody wants to go home. I'm online student to my teachers just signing it. Oh, I asked them all in an email. By the way, people still say hex. See? Yeah, but are they doing the 2 nice + 2B = 4 gotten? 2 nice, 2B, 4 gotten. Maybe I can make that a thing again. I don't know. It was an old thing. But, it really is, that when we have that accomplishment, because part of the reason that yearbook was so important was it allowed us to look back in a good way at, wow, here were the cool moments throughout this process. And, I mean, yeah, if we had a way to look back on what we do, or, it's like when you leave a job, to be handed a little book. It's like, well, here's all the pictures of, you know, when you were working and all your friends and all this other stuff. You know, it's nice to have something that shows where we got, you know, and how we got from where we started to where we are now. And that is a part of remembering that you've got this, because think of all the things that you went through from start to finish. All of the things that, you know, that had their hard points, that had their difficult points. And yet, you know, looking back, it's like, you know what? There was no point when I wasn't able to do this. And taking that energy and putting it forward. I'm excited because I haven't seen how much people have changed in the past year and a half since I saw them. Oh, that's right. You guys, you know, it's been quite a journey. So I'm so glad you have that. I'm so glad you're able to, that was put together for you guys. And yeah, it's been different and it's been hard. You know, the world, you know, I mean, you know, when I talk to people, it's like, well, when was the last time I saw them? About a year ago? It's like, no, it's been 2 years. Oh, right. 2020, you know, the year that wasn't. And that was, you know, the year that was sort of a blur. And at the same time was probably one of the most challenging years that we've ever faced. There was a lot of stuff during that year that was really hard, and you know, and we made it. We've got this. If you can make it through quarantining, if you can make it through isolation, if you can make it through, you know, having to figure out how to be in the world and how to interact with people and wondering if the world is ever going to be normal again. If we can make it through all that, we can make it through anything. If we can make it through 2020, we can make it through anything. And if each individual person is able to just tell themselves over and over again, I've got this. I've got this. I can do this. I just have to figure out how. Then we can embrace that together, we've got this. We can do this. And I mean, it's like there isn't anybody who's been in this chat who, you know, isn't, you know, somebody who would be amazing to talk to, who wouldn't be able to say, hey, you know, I can hear you out and it's going to be okay. So please, 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 you know, just give that love, give that, you know, that appreciation. And also, I want to thank everybody who is hanging out in the Loving Lurkers Lounge. That is so cool. Thank you so very much for that. I really appreciate it. I know that you guys all have a lot of choices of streams, and the fact that you come and hang out with an old boomer lady who lives in the woods on a mountain with a cat. I really appreciate that you're here. And we are going to, I think that's going to be it for the day. And I will be back tomorrow. And remember, on Thursdays, I start at 10 a.m. instead of 9 a.m. because I've got a whole Zoom meeting thing that I have to do now, at least for a while. But we are going to see who it is, because we're going to keep this loving fun train. You know what? Let's go and visit Sheila. She's doing 7 Days to Die, and she's over there. Let us go, and we're gonna give a raid to Sheila, because she is such a sweetheart. She is such a, you know, I mean, and she has a YouTube channel, and you definitely want to check out her YouTube channel, because she has got some real big challenges that she's working to overcome, and she is sharing that. I mean, and I can only imagine what it's like to, you know, have challenges and then be willing to work through them publicly, to have everybody be able to see your highs and your lows with it. And the reason that she does that is so that other people who are experiencing those challenges don't feel alone. And that is so sweet, and that is so wonderful. So we are going to give Sheila a raid. We're going to help her, you know, build up her stuff. And let's see, M-A-R-C-E I always have to double check because I always question myself as to whether or not I'm getting the name right. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for those who followed. Thank you for those who came in, and blessings everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Remember that I stream on the weekend, and also 4,000 channel points. We will be putting names on a wheel, spinning that wheel, and one of those names is going to get this kit. It has a keyboard, it has a mouse, it has a headset, and it has a mouse pad. That is going to be going out to somebody, and I do these every 3 months. So if you don't have 4,000 channel points by July 1st, and I usually like to give like as much time, I usually start promoting it on June 1st, so it gives people about a month. I will be streaming on Saturday. I stream games longer. I have 2 names. Cool. So we are going to go and hang out with Sheila, and for those of you who can come along, awesome. And when we get there, if you could click underneath on the left side lower corner of the screen, there is a logo, and underneath it says live. If you click that little red live, what it'll do, it'll say, a thing will come up and it'll say return to the stream. So what that does is, because normally on raids, the raiders don't really count towards that person's numbers. So if you do that, you'll start counting toward their numbers. So that's just a wonderful thing to do, and it helps out the streamer a lot. So please, if you can do that, if you can come along, great. If you have to get along with your day, then I hope you have a wonderful one. And please remember that you are amazing. Please remember that your best is good enough. And please, please, please remember that you are the only you in all of the universe. You're the only you that's ever been, and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, makes you sacred, and most of all, it makes you necessary. Because as the only you in all of the universe wouldn't be the same or complete without you. So, still need to get you on my podcast. Happy to, when you're not, we'll have to see when you're not running around so much. You're a busy guy, but I'd be happy to do that. So until tomorrow, I'll tell you, as I used to tell my kids when they went to school, have a good day, learn something new. I'm proud of you, and I love you. Alrighty, so let us go over. We're going to go hang out with Sheila and give a great big old hello, and take care until the next time. Bye.